Hey guys, welcome back to Infamous Builds. I noticed in the last couple weeks that the C5 Corvette videos are doing pretty well. You guys are pretty interested in that. So I figured I'd give you a little bit more of an update on the Z06 and how that's going. There's basically no updates with the red car. That's just sitting, not really sure what I'm going to do with that. Might end up being a donor for a chassis swap or something, I don't know. It's just not worth a lot because it's high miles, but it'd be great for somebody for a drift car. So, if I could get $8,000 out of that car, I'd probably sell it. Not really making any money. I paid too much for that thing, but it's a fun little toy to screw around in the country with. But going back to the 02 C5 Z06, it's been kind of a challenge working on this thing. I'll show you guys kind of what's been going on and why it's been taking me so long to put out a video. I'll definitely give you guys some recommendations too if you find yourself in a situation because it just sucked. So I'll turn the camera around here and kind of show you what's been going on. So got the car here obviously. So the harness I showed you guys was burnt. I pulled the old harness out. It's actually sitting kind of in the corner over here. Chaser's in the garage too, but old harness is out. New harness is almost back in. I just gotta put the intake and stuff back on. Need to button it up on that side on the lower end. Plug some sensors in underneath. It's all plugged in over here on this side. Clean up the intake. So kind of an interesting thing. So this car has like 140,000 miles. I don't really know the backstory because I bought it from auction, but it has like 140,000 miles. But I don't know if you guys can see this, but the engine is like dead clean. This crap is kind of from me in this dirty bag that I put in there. Not dusty, but didn't really have to worry about crap getting down in the cylinders because I made sure the bag was clean, but there's some crud at the top there. But like the engine internally looks new. I mean, looks like it has less than 20,000 miles on it. It's kind of strange, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know if I showed you guys this in the last video, but the reason for the actual engine fire was, if you can see here, the oil filter was scraped. They bottomed out on something somehow, and this Canon oil filter hangs down pretty low. Actually bent the whole oil filter, so it's like warped. So when I was pulling it off, it was like hitting the oil pan. It was a mess. But you can see here, like they hit something pretty hard, and that's what started the fire. It just sprayed onto the headers, and it was shut off right away. I actually had the car started before I pulled the harness off of it and everything. There's no knocking or anything, thankfully, but it had like no oil in the engine, which you could, I guess, believe. But yeah, it definitely did not run for long. There's no glitter in the oil or anything like that. Put new oil in it and stuff, obviously, a new filter. But the biggest challenge here, I'll show you. Got the one manifold off here to get it cleaned up, but I need to wipe down the back of the intake manifold. Top of the intake manifold's a little crusty here, but it's not compromised or anything. I mean, obviously I need to replace the hoses and crap, but yeah, the intake itself is actually good. It's got a little crispy, but it's not leaking. It won't leak air or anything. Got the new brake master. The clutch is in there. Just have to bolt that up. But and then that's really the contention point here. So the clutch line on these things, GM made their own like quick fitting, and it just sucks. Worst thing that GM ever could have done. I'll see if I can now. There's almost nothing left to show you unless I crawl under there, and I really don't feel like doing that. But there's this stupid quick disconnect line from the factory from GM, and there's this little white plastic collar that sits on here. You have to push it in to release these fingers and pull the clutch line out from the slave to the master cylinder. You can't replace the line at the master cylinder without dropping the entire drivetrain. It's just stupid. So I was doing everything I could to get this out. I cut it, obviously, because I thought I could get better access. And I did ultimately. So what I ultimately had to do is FabBot, all one word. This company sells a fitting for like $33, like a fitting with an adapter to a -3 AN line, and it comes with this aluminum collar to replace that plastic one. And I pulled the aluminum collar off and used it on this, and that's what it took to get it off. Like I tried everything, like fuel. You can see I've got a fuel fitting tool there. Oops, dropped that, but I tried a fuel fitting tool with a stock plastic collar, tried making my own tool to jam up in there. It did not work. It just sucks. But that FabBot thing, if you cut it down, cut this, if you cut the end off, obviously the line, and then you grind this little lip down, and then you buy that FabBot fitting, I guarantee you it will come off. I struggled with this for more hours than I'd care to admit, and that FabBot fitting was an absolute savior. So yeah, I'm trying to think. All right, I lost my train of thought here. So got that out, got the new one in. I have not connected the two lines together. I've heard that's also a pain, but we're getting there. That was really what was holding me up on this car. I didn't want to have to drop the entire drivetrain to get that out, so I tried and finally got it out. So now I can actually make some progress in getting this thing rebuilt and back on the road. I would highly recommend that if you guys are ever in the point where you have to either replace the clutch master, I guess, is the only thing that you'd really have to do that for. But yeah, highly would recommend that. I wouldn't do anything else because, obviously try the stock GM plastic collar, but it's not going to work well. But anyways, yeah, got the valve covers painted. They were okay. There's gunk on them, and just kind of wire wheeled them off and painted them so they look better. Ultimately, I think we're going to keep moving with this car. Not sure what the next steps are. Obviously, I'm going to plug away with the wiring harness, get it running. Not sure if we're going to do headers or not, because the evap, the stupid air, it's called the AIR air system. Some of the lines are screwed up that bolt into the manifolds. Like, there's part of it still laying down here. So I need to replace these hoses. They got a little crispy. I don't know if it's worth it. Might just delete the system. All the system does is just pump air into the cats for cold starts for the first 5 seconds or whatever it is, just to help it prime the cats. It's kind of dumb. Debating either doing headers or just deleting that system. I don't need a ton of power because this is going to be a track car and I just want to learn with it. So I don't know if we get the right deal of headers. If anybody has some headers in Wisconsin, Illinois area, let me know. But yeah, it connects right here and pumps air down. I'll also have to replace one stud here and 2 studs on the other side, just kind of a screwy exhaust system. Anyways, that's kind of an update on the C5 Z06 rebuild. I've got too much money into this thing for it to really be profitable. But it was a good setup off the auction. So rather than having to deal with putting coilovers in these things, which isn't fun, and Willwood brakes and upgrade, it's got a lot done to it for track already, and it's a pretty solid car. It's pretty clean other than some other stuff. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Just a quick update on the C5 Z06 rebuild. Feel free to comment your thoughts. If you have header recommendations, or if you guys deleted your AIR air system, whatever you want to call it, on your C5, let me know. be good information to have. Yeah, that's really all I can think of for this video. So keep tuned. I'm hoping I can make a lot more progress on it this weekend. Starting to move more cars up to my new house here. Just making for everything convenient and losing storage space back home. So slowly but surely moving stuff up here. And yeah, I can't remember if I showed you guys what was going on with the garage down here, but I'll check back through the videos. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll stop rambling. Feel free to like, share, subscribe if you want. Don't have to. We just do this for fun. We're not trying to make money on it, but thanks again for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye.